Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Microsoft Flight Simulator. Well, this is actually flight simulation in general. Is Honeycomb saved? Check this out. If you are interested in acquiring any of my Overkills tutorial guides from Microsoft Flight Simulator, or simply interested in supporting the channel, please consider joining us on Patreon. Patreon subscribers level tier 2 and above have access to all of my guides, as well as any future releases that come down the road. Patreon link can be found in the description below. All right, guys, so the drama continues, but yet with some good news and what sounds like bad news and some very vague news. So I'm not quite sure how to take all of this other than there is good news for Honeycomb itself and the Honeycomb line itself, but it may be not so great for everyone else. So first, let's sort of take a look at some of this stuff. So as of this, or yesterday, there was a post on their website. Their website is live again, has been for a couple days, and I think now we know why. So first off, management update. We know there's been a lot of questions about the status of Honeycomb Aeronautical and how the company will be operating moving forward. We'd like to deeply apologize for the delays in shipping products, the uncertainty surrounding our brand, and the unanswered customer support questions that have accumulated over the last few months. Starting today, we would like to address those. Now, I would have thought this was written from Nikki or someone close, but I don't think so. So let's talk about the first thing, leadership transition in January. In January, we just got an email. What was that? Well, I guess that would have been January, but I thought that was at the I guess that would make sense. Never mind. So January is fine. Okay, I was confused about that for a second, then I realized we're only on the 6th today. But still, in January, we transitioned to a new management of the Honeycomb brand. We appreciate that there is a great deal of confusion surrounding Honeycomb, and we are aware that the previous staff members have been communicating with the customers via social media and email. Previous staff members have been communicating with customers via social media and email. Okay, that big post that we all got from Nikki, the 4 email explanation of what was going on, that absolutely makes me think that this is a part of this, and I'll tell you why in a minute. We are taking all possible steps to resolve this situation. With this significant management change, we plan on injecting a fresh perspective and expertise into Honeycomb Aeronautical. Okay, so it still is yet to say who is actually taking ownership of the company. Operational shifts. Support and marketing functions are being relocated for streamlined communication and efficiency. We believe this will greatly speed up communication times and aid you, our customers. Product development remains with our world-class German team based in Hong Kong. Okay, so it looks like all production and everything like that is going to stay exactly where it is. And Nikki did state in his email that there's tons of product already made and ready to be shipped. It was just a financial situation where the production company said, no, we're not sending anything more, I'm sorry, until we get some money, which makes sense. I wouldn't either. Here's the next one. Here's the big one. Ownership clarification. Rest assured, Honeycomb Aeronautical will not be sold to former management. Now, former management include, we know it was Nikki, and we know whoever his partner was. So that kind of makes me wonder. Our current management team have decades of experience in manufacturing, developing, and supporting high-quality hardware at a global level, which that's comforting, don't get me wrong. Our commitment to quality is paramount, and we look forward to growing Honeycomb Aeronautical for many years to come. Now, my question is here again. I would really like to know who is the owner. I would really wish that something would say, hey, so-and-so has bought out. I did a quick Google search and I couldn't find anything that was publicly released yet. Hopefully that comes down the line. And we'll talk about more about that here when we get into the investment section down there at the bottom. But I have a lot of concerns with this and a lot of pros to this. And we'll get to that when we're done reading here. Team dedication. The entire team is diligently working to bring more innovative Honeycomb products to the market. Now, I know Nikki had stated that one of his primary goals in the whole, quote unquote, according to his emails, one of the biggest reasons why this all came to be was because he was focusing more on product development, didn't really want to be in the financial aspect of things, just really wanted to continue the hobby of developing new flight controls, rudder pedals, etc. And so I'm wondering if, is he just gone or does he still get to be a part of that process? Again, this is a very vague statement, and that's probably intentional, especially during any kind of company transition like this. They usually keep things pretty hush-hush until, all the I's are dotted, T's are crossed, and, the lawyers say, yeah, you're good to talk. But this is really interesting. And then finally, investment for innovation. Generous shareholder investments are fueling innovation and enhancing our product offerings. Honeycomb Aeronautical is well-funded and committed to surprising and delighting our customers with the world's most advanced flight simulation hardware. We appreciate your continued support and eagerly anticipate exciting developments ahead. Now, I kind of want to. I'm going to try, I think, to email these guys and see if maybe they would like set someone up to do a public interview. I think that would be kind of cool. As far as the product line, all of the product line still seems to be there and available. So if we go over to Flight Sim, it's all there. It is all there. And even the prices haven't changed. So here's my concerns with all this, right? First off, I really hope, price. Usually with an acquisition, you will find price changes, right? Any kind of acquisition, any kind of company acquisition, you'll usually find some sort of way to recoup the cost, especially when you were talking about the acquisition of a company that was essentially failing or in a failed state and had a ton of money in the rears that was owed, right? So I guess it depends on how whomever bailed the company out and took new ownership of the company, new management. I guess it depends on what it took for them to do so, what they determined, what the financial benefit for them would be moving forward. But that's my biggest fear. My biggest fear is what Honeycomb stood for and what the product truly did bring to the simulation simulation arena, if you will, for flight simulation, is they brought an affordable product that was high quality, higher quality, I should say. I'll still call it high quality. They're pretty damn good stuff. They really are. At the right price point. Anything else in like, look at the Bravo. You look at anything else that has the features alone. Let's not even talk about the quality of it yet. Let's just talk about the features. The available features that exist in the Bravo. You find me one other piece of flight sim hardware that you can find that has all of that functionality, good or bad, at that price point. You're not going to be able to find it. It just doesn't exist. It's not out there. Especially when you have both the GA and commercial configuration options that go along with it. It does not exist. At that price point. Okay. $280 for all of that, you can map any aircraft that's currently in Microsoft Flight Simulator with that one throttle quadrant right there. So I really hope that doesn't change, because if that changes, if the prices start to go up, then we lose what the true value that Honeycomb brought to the environment is, especially at a time where everything's so damn expensive anyway. Even the Alpha Flight Controls, they took a major price hike. I know the XPC is a lot better. It's got much better sensors in it, a much better build and configuration, but that was a huge price jump for it. I think it was $70 or $80 that it went up compared to the old one. Now, again, I completely understand and acknowledge that the Alpha here, first gen, is not the same as the XPC. I understand that the XPC is significantly more advanced and all around a better product, right? So I get that. But again, the concern there is the pretty significant price increase, right, compared to the previous one, which I also think was either $259 or $279 as well. I can't remember now. It's been a long time. I know it was $259 when I bought mine. So that was, that's probably my biggest concern. I'm really happy to see that the product line will continue. And even if the prices do go up, hopefully they won't go up exponentially to the point where you price themselves into a different market outside of the arena that it was designed for. I think those are my biggest fears when it comes to this. And I really hope that that's something that gets addressed. I hope that the previous ownership is still involved in somehow. If this is, I'm always going to toss out the if, because I've never met the man. Okay. Assuming that everything that Nicky stated in his emails was accurate and true, even though a lot of it was very, how do I put this carefully, was written in a very, you should have known what was going on with your company kind of way, right? I mean, I agree with many of your comments in the previous video that I did about Honeycomb, that like, how did you miss all of this happening? Like, that's like, there's ignoring it, there's not being a part of it, and then there's, dude, your company's on fire and somehow you don't smell the smoke. So I get that. I do. And I read a lot of the same lines in a very similar light where like, but I really hope that he wasn't just completely removed from it, but maybe that was part of the deal. I can't wait to hear more information about what's coming up. And like I said, I'm going to try to email them and see if I can't get an interview with somebody where we can talk about what the future of Honeycomb is and what we can all expect as flight simmers moving forward. So keep an eye on the channel, guys. I will keep you guys posted, especially I will post a community comment, maybe even a quick video if I get a response and what that response will look like, and see how things move going forward. But anyway, I wanted you guys to see this video. Hopefully this is truly good news for us flight simmers. Honeycomb product, as I think we all agreed. I think I saw nothing but agreement in the comments about the Honeycomb product being a very valued product in the flight sim community. So let me know what you guys think down below about this new development update. As always, stay safe and healthy, and I'll see you guys in the next one.